And there's a shitload of Hispanic kids in America rapping but they have no clue about any of the gangster type of shit. Is that kind of odd to you?
I mean,
or do you relate to it at all?
Nowadays, I don't relate to that shit. I'm a G, you know? But nowadays, motherfuckers are gonna rap about however you get your money, you know what I mean? But just when you're lying about it, those lies catch on, you know what I mean? So why fake the funk? Just keep it real on what you're doing, you know?
Do you see that happen a lot where you have somebody coming out getting a lot of views and shit and they're talking super tough and you're sitting there like, no, I don't see it.
Man, you go to jail, you see half of these rappers PC the fuck up. So it's like, man, yeah, whatever, motherfucker. Like, you know?
If you're in the rap game, you can never do that.
Like, come on, dog. Like, keep that shit gutted, 100, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
Because it's even, you can lie to your fans, but then your homies are laughing at you like, fool, shut the fuck up. Like,
right.
Come on, my boy, you know?
But we were just having this conversation about Draco the Ruler and Soulja Boy, and from my perspective, it's like, bro, Soulja Boy is way too much of a target to be out there with everybody, right?
Nah. It don't matter. It don't, especially in jail, you gotta go GP. I mean, fuck, whatever. You got skeletons in your fucking closet or that's your pedo, you know what I mean? But that's mad. Why would you're gonna go sleep with motherfuckers that got some dirty ass rap sheets, you know what I'm saying? So
I feel you. So when did you first do a nice long stretch in jail?
Well, I mean, since I was a little kid, in and out the fucking hall and shit, hit camp and all that bullshit, and then became an adult, and then fuck.
Right. So do you feel like you were sort of socialized in there to a certain extent? So you relate to it, like it's easy for you to be in that environment?
Nah, I mean, see, the thing is, once you're in there, you kind of get used to it. You know, you get institutionalized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get out. I got out and started, I was studying spreads like a week after and shit. It's like, what the fuck? I'm out. What the fuck am I doing?
Right.
Let me hit the fucking store, you know? Let me go buy something at a restaurant or something. But
right.
It just, you got to learn ways to move about it or whatever you do, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people who get used to that environment and then it's just really hard for them to go back to normal life.
Yeah,
or to behave in a way that is acceptable on the outside.
There's a lot of homies that are like a lot of motherfucking inmates that been there for years, you know what I mean? And now especially like how the laws are changing and shit, homies that have been there for days are getting released, you know what I mean? So now you got fools that have been doing fucking damn near half life getting released, so it's like, you know what I mean?
Right. But is it, you know, like everybody has that time period where, you know, even with Draco just getting out the other day, it's like I could tell that he's still adjusting to being around people on some normal shit and not always having to watch your back.
Yeah.
Is it like that for you every time you get out?
When I got out, I was like, fuck, like I use mirrors for using reflections for everything, you know what I mean? It was like, yeah, you got, it's like that in the mind state, you know, it kind of fucks with you, but it is like that, you know?
Right. Okay. So you started like kind of blowing up in terms of just putting stuff on YouTube and everything back in like 2011, but was there a stretch in there where you got locked up again and you weren't able to put out music for a while? Or?
Nah, I was just in and out of this madre and shit, you know, but once I got like, even when I got signed with YG, once all that, I started doing good, you know, I started doing my thing. It was just studio, back and forth.
Right, so you were able to adapt to that new lifestyle of staying away from the bullshit and just working?
I mean, now you kind of got something to lose, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be kind of dumb to keep making the same mistakes when you're making legit money now.
Right.
Why would you want to go fuck that off? You know?
Definitely. So what was it like when YG approached you and how was that?
That shit was cool. I mean, got records up in that motherfucker, you know?
Right.
So it was, and the vibe and everything, we dropped some, like, went on tour, everything. That shit was, you know.
What year was that?
2015.
Okay. And so from your perspective, he was like fucking really big artist, so that was a big opportunity.
Yeah, reaching out, you know what I mean? Gave me a platform to fucking put on for my people, so.
When you were like really in the streets, would it have been kind of unthinkable for you to be linking with like a black dude who's in a gang that's completely separate from the shit that you were involved with? Like, was that different to a lot of the people that you grew up around and shit?
Nah, well, see, in Santa Barbara, there's not really like, it's just a lot of Hispanics, you know? So there's not really like Morenos or anything like that. You know
it's not like in LA where there's sort of tension sometimes?
It's not like that. It's just Hispanics. So that tension to me wasn't even.
You didn't really think about it like that?
I didn't think about it like that, you know?
Was it kind of new to you though to be thinking about shit more along like, you know, business terms rather than like street related shit, like that might have been kind of new to you even at that point,
Yeah,
right?
street and business is business, you know. Street is street. If you want to mix them in, you know where that goes. But you know what I'm saying?
Do you ever have a hard time, like, you know, you're talking about going on touring in Japan and like just being all over the place and stuff. Have you ever had like hard times like staying out of trouble when you are in those environments where you're constantly around new shit? Do your old habits come back to haunt you a little bit or not?
It'll happen, but I catch myself, you know. Now I move different, so it's like I don't tend to do the shit that I would used to do, you know what I mean? Like, so now I move motherfucking like, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I already know myself, and like, especially in my city, I'm a fucking target with the fucking cops and shit, you know?
Right.
So it's like, I rather not put myself in the situation where I know myself, you know? I ain't want to start it, but shit, I'm gonna fucking end it, you know what I mean? Like, so I'd rather not put myself in a situation where I'm gonna, regardless at the end, I'm gonna get taken.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm going to jail.
You still stay out there or you stay around here now?
I stay in Santa Barbara.
Oh, okay. So do you just kind of stay in the crib? Like, you try not to be like caught?
I'll be out and about, you know what I mean? I gotta do what I gotta do.
Right.
You know, I gotta hit the studio, I gotta do shit, but I mean, you just learn how to
dip
and sweep through the cracks.
Do you get pulled over more than the average person?
If I get spotted, I'm getting pulled over.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting pulled over. That's why I told you you're gonna pull up to my hood. I was like,
yeah.
I mean, you're more than welcome, but you already know what it is.
Is your car low key? Like, do you just move?
No, my car ain't low key either. I gotta change that motherfucker. I gotta buy a new one. It's burnt. I was just talking about that with my homies. Like, hey, fool, you gotta get another fucking car. That shit's burnt. You know, like
right. Yeah, that is the main thing too. I always think about like getting a nicer car, but the nicer you get or the more custom you get, the more I feel like I don't want to be advertising who I am when I'm driving around and shit.
You gotta learn how to move. Motherfuckers not getting, you know?
Yeah.
Hell nah, over like shit they post or shit like that. Nah, rather not.
So can we talk about the situation that you locked up in this most recent incident?
I mean,
I'm sure there's some stuff that you can't say.
I shit happens. It is what it is, you know? Minor setback, major comeback, but fuck all that shit. You know
is the story that was put out there in the news inaccurate? Because I know you don't want to say it, but I guess maybe I'll throw out a little bit of details. It basically sounded like, and this sounded just like way below your pay grade, like the kind of thing that you would just probably be too busy to be dealing with. But the basic story that was in the news and shit was that you and a few other people basically robbed somebody who had like a backpack full of drugs.
Bullshitting motherfuckers, eh? You know what I mean? It's just, they have a lot of time in their hands. This motherfucker pinning shit. But I mean, it is what it is. Take it like a champ, you know?
Right.
I'm not here to fucking complain or nothing. It is what it is. Did my time. It is what it is, you know?
Was it, are you saying you weren't there? Or that it wasn't you? Or that it was a misunderstanding?
I ain't saying shit. Fuck that, you know? Please the motherfucking fifth.
I feel you. All right. So, but then you get caught up for this.
That's just done and done with. I'm out.
But it is done now. Like, you're not worried about like having to go back in or anything?
Nah, I'm not worried at all. Like, it wasn't, even when I was in there, I mean, yeah, I'm in there for the charges. It is what it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, motherfuckers know what they signed up for, you know?
Right.
Like, so, like, third day, you got a what? 3-day grace. Second day, I was already doing burpees and shit, eating spreads with the homies. I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Writing flows. My shit was getting snatched, getting hit, lyrics getting took. It wasn't phasing me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I knew what they wanted to phase me on, so I back up.
So it didn't take you long once you got in there to just
I know, I adapted quick.
make the best of it.
Yeah, I made the best out of it.
Work
real
out.
talk. Thanksgivings, all that. We were having tank spreads, fucking feeding all the homies. We were grubbing, you know? Like,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a lot of tension for you when you're in there, or are you like super cool with everybody? You got to be like a fucking
love.
legend. Like
I
you
got love.
You're by far the most famous person in there.
Autographs, homies, like fam bam come visit. Hey, what's up? How you doing, little homie? You know?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
But it
was
doesn't
love.
come with negative attention. There's not people that want to test you.
There's fools that pretty sure had a little grudge or hate in them. I mean, I got on squeeze up in the motherfucker. So I mean, get yours on me. You know what I mean? Real talk.
That's fire. But so like, yeah, I mean, you're getting so much love in there that it might be pretty hard to beef with you, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Because you're probably getting love from people that are not even from your side or whatever because of the music and shit, right? Yeah.
Love, man. It was love.
I feel it.
Shout out to the homies in the fucking county, even in prison, you know, doing time. If
Definitely.
you're in GP, other than that, chalice.
Right. So what you're finding out about Corona and shit in there?
Man, that shit's fucking. Literally, I literally got off lockdown to be on lockdown, you know?
Yeah. So when did you started to get that idea where you're in there and you start hearing about people getting released because of Corona?
That's just crazy.
And you start crossing your fingers like, man, this is it. This could be it.
You come out of these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
But wait, how many years did you actually do this time around?
Nah, I only did fucking
It's less than a year.
Yeah, it was 3.
3 years?
Yeah, total it was 3. Well, it was a year in county. I sat in the county for a year and a half. So by the time I went up, I just went up, got a number.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And how long were you supposed to do?
In time, what they were trying to break me off of,
Yeah.
they were trying to take an arm and a leg.
Wow.
You know what I'm
But you
saying?
ended up taking a plea deal for 3
Yeah,
years,
yeah. I
and you
took a
did the
deal.
full 3. And so you
I didn't do the full 3.
Oh, okay.
In jail, the way jail works, they give you double time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you do, if it's 3, I ended up, by the time my whole shit went out, it was I was already sitting down for like a year and a half. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's double, that's 3. So I just went up to prison, said what's up to the homies, ate a couple spreads, walked around the yardas, burpeed out, and then dipped out. You know what
Damn,
I'm
so
saying?
you got a lot of faith in the burpees, huh? Those things will fuck you up.
I mean, but they keep you healthy.
How many you done in a
And you
day?
got stamina to fuck for days, you know what I'm saying?
For those who don't know, the burpee is basically
Nah,
hit a
burpee
push-up,
sex.
then you leap up to your feet, and then you jump basically as high as you can, and then you drop back down, do another push-up. So it's like
Up, down, up, down.
The pain of doing the push-up, that starts building up, but it's more the cardio. It's just taxes you jumping up and down and going from low to high like that. That shit'll
yeah.
fuck you up. Okay, so you end up getting out. Now you're basically kind of on lockdown with Corona and shit. Is it sort of depressing for you to not to be able to be out doing shows or doing whatever at this point?
Like, it's like, fuck. I mean, now I'm used to it, is what it is, but fuck. I mean, at least I'm getting everything done with parole. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking care of my parole shit. All my programs are done, data, everything. You know what I mean?
How long are you supposed to be on parole for?
Fuck. They got me for... I basically got a dad for a fucking long time, that I got to
Right.
check in with for a good minute.
You get piss tested and everything?
All that shit happens,
Damn.
Parole.
You smoke weed normally?
I mean, nah, I don't smoke.
No.
Cigarettes.
Okay, but so is that kind of weird having your lifestyle changed up? You get out of jail and now you...
It's period. I'm not used to asking a motherfucker for permission or something, you know what I mean? So now that I got to call my parole, hey, sir, I need travel passes. I got a travel pass to come here and see you.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's like, because
feel me?
I was saying like, hey, can we do that Thursday? And they were like, no, he only got cleared for Friday. We got to do it Friday.
You know, shit, got to get it cleared so I don't get fucked.